Right now, a monster storm system is barreling across the United States, and if you live anywhere from Texas to Michigan, the next 72 hours could be some of the most dangerous weather days we have seen all year. I am not saying that to scare you. I am saying that because over 270 cities are directly in the path of this thing, and by the time I finish this forecast, you will know exactly when it hits your area, how bad it gets, and what you need to do right now to stay safe. Here is what most weather channels will not tell you. This is not one storm. This is a storm train. 3 back-to-back systems stacked up like dominoes ready to fall across the country between now and next Tuesday. And the first domino falls today. Stay with me through the next few minutes because at the 5-minute mark, I am going to reveal a pattern shift that could slam the eastern half of the country with a late-season Arctic blast that nobody is talking about yet. But first, let me walk you through exactly what is heading your way hour by hour. Today, Thursday, the Storm Prediction Center has issued an enhanced risk that is a level 3 out of 5 for western Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle. That means damaging winds, hail the size of baseballs, and yes, strong tornadoes are on the table. We are talking potential EF2 tornadoes or higher. Let me put that in perspective. An EF2 tornado carries winds over 135 miles per hour, enough to rip the roof off a well-built home in seconds. Now, here is the timing you need. If you are in Amarillo, Childress, Elk City, or anywhere in the western Oklahoma corridor, storms fire between 5 and 6 o'clock this evening Central Time. By 7 o'clock, supercells will be fully developed. The tornado threat peaks between 6 and 8 o'clock tonight, right around sunset. That is the most dangerous window. After 8 o'clock, these storms will cluster into a bowing line segment pushing northeast, and the threat shifts from tornadoes to straight-line winds that could exceed 75 miles per hour, hurricane-force gusts. By 10 o'clock tonight, that line pushes into central Oklahoma. Oklahoma City, you need to be alert through 11 o'clock. By midnight, the storms roll into southern Kansas, Wichita, Hutchinson, Pratt. And then, into the early morning hours of Friday, leftover thunderstorms rumble through northwest Missouri and southwest Iowa. But do not go anywhere yet because Thursday is just the opening act. Friday is the day that has every meteorologist in the country on edge right now. The Storm Prediction Center has already issued a massive severe weather outlook, enhanced risk level 3 out of 5, stretching from eastern Oklahoma through eastern Kansas all the way up to Kansas City, Joplin, Topeka, and Emporia. A slight risk level 2 out of 5 covers an enormous area from just north of Austin, Texas, through Dallas, Fort Worth, all the way to Conway, Arkansas, Hot Springs, and extends north through St. Louis, Chicago, Des Moines, even to Janesville, Wisconsin. And a marginal risk pushes all the way into lower Michigan and up to Green Bay. Here is what makes Friday so dangerous. We have a 10% probability of tornadoes within 25 miles of any given point across eastern Oklahoma and the Kansas City metro. And these are not going to be your garden variety weak tornadoes. The intensity forecast shows strong tornadoes, EF2 and possibly EF3, are on the table across a huge area. An EF3 tornado pushes winds past 165 miles per hour. That is the kind of tornado that levels entire neighborhoods. Now here is the critical timing for Friday. Morning convection, showers and storms from overnight will blanket the Central Plains through the late morning. This is actually the wild card. If those morning storms clear out by early afternoon, and right now models suggest they will, the sun comes back out, instability builds rapidly, and by 4 to 5 o'clock Friday afternoon, discrete supercells start firing along a dry line in eastern Oklahoma, eastern Kansas, and western Missouri. Tulsa, Bartlesville, Fort Smith, Arkansas, you are ground zero for the greatest tornado threat Friday evening between 5 and 9 o'clock. Kansas City, the storms reach you by late evening, possibly between 8 and 11 o'clock Friday night. Further north, Iowa, northern Missouri, Nebraska. The threat is more about damaging winds, 60 to 80 miles per hour, with isolated large hail and a couple of possible tornadoes. The line of storms sweeps through these areas Friday night into early Saturday morning. Do not skip past this next part because Saturday brings something we almost never see in early March. 2 separate slight risks of severe weather at the same time. One centered over New York, Pennsylvania, and the Lake Erie region. The other down along the Gulf Coast, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. A marginal risk of severe weather covers over 50 million people from Michigan to the Gulf Coast. Saturday is more of a widespread damaging wind event, 60 to 70 miles per hour gusts, with hail up to the size of golf balls. The tornado threat is lower but not zero, especially in the Ohio Valley and the Gulf Coast states. Here is the hour by hour for Saturday. Morning storms rumble through western areas of the Mid-South by early morning. By afternoon, thunderstorms fire in the northeast slight risk zone while a separate round hits from Texas through Mississippi. This activity continues into Saturday evening before gradually winding down overnight. Now, Sunday and Monday offer a brief window of relative quiet for most of the country. Some activity lingers in the southeast and along the Gulf Coast Sunday morning, but it is a chance to catch your breath. Because Tuesday, everything ramps back up again. Tuesday of next week already has a slight risk, level 2 out of 5, across the southern plains. A large piece of energy is expected to eject across the country, potentially creating another big-time storm system. All hazards are on the table: damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes. Storms fire Tuesday afternoon around 2 o'clock and become widespread by 5 o'clock across the southern plains. This threat could extend into early Wednesday across the Ohio Valley and the Deep South. Now, here is the part I promised you at the beginning, the pattern shift that could change everything. After this parade of severe weather, the models are picking up on something that is going to make a lot of people very unhappy. Right now, temperatures are surging into the 70s and 80s across the eastern half of the country. It feels like spring has arrived. But look at what happens around March 14th and 15th. A massive trough, a deep dive of Arctic air, comes nose-diving out of Canada, targeting the eastern United States. The European model is showing a significant cold blast by mid-March standards. We are talking about temperatures crashing from the 80s back down to well below average. There are even signals of a disrupted polar vortex that could extend this cold pattern into late March or even early April. Winter is not done until it is done, and March has a long history of pulling stunts like this. By next Thursday and Friday, snow could return to parts of the Northeast. The European ensemble model still shows an active winter weather pattern for the northern states over the next 15 days. Now let me give you the full city-by-city breakdown so you know exactly what to expect. Texas, Amarillo, storms today between 5 and 7 o'clock. Dallas-Fort Worth, severe threat Friday afternoon into evening and again Saturday. Midland, Abilene, Waco, large hail possible Friday. San Angelo, isolated but powerful storms possible today. Louisiana, Gulf Coast storms Saturday into Sunday. Arkansas, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Conway, slight risk Friday. Fort Smith, tornado threat Friday evening. Oklahoma, western Oklahoma, enhanced risk today, peaking 6 to 8 o'clock tonight. Oklahoma City, storms tonight through 11 and again Friday. Tulsa, Bartlesville, greatest tornado threat Friday 5 to 9 o'clock. Kansas, Wichita, Hutchinson, Pratt, storms tonight after midnight. Kansas City, Topeka, Emporia, enhanced risk Friday evening. Dodge City, liberal, large hail threat today. Missouri, Joplin, severe storms Friday evening into overnight. St. Louis, slight risk Friday. Northwest Missouri, storms Friday night. Iowa, Des Moines, damaging winds Friday night. Southwest Iowa, storms late tonight into Friday morning. Nebraska, Omaha, marginal risk today and Friday. Illinois, Chicago, slight risk Friday. Southern Illinois, damaging winds and hail Friday night. Wisconsin, Janesville, Green Bay, severe storms Friday night into Saturday. Michigan, Lower Michigan, marginal risk Friday into Saturday. Ohio Valley, damaging winds Saturday. New York, Buffalo, Southern Tier, slight risk Saturday. Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, severe threat Saturday. West Virginia, Northeast Kentucky, slight risk Saturday. And here is what you need to do right now. First, make sure you have multiple ways to receive severe weather alerts on your phone. Second, have a plan for where you go if a tornado warning is issued, an interior room on the lowest floor away from windows. Third, if you have vehicles that can be moved into a garage, do it tonight and again Friday. Hail the size of baseballs will destroy a windshield in one hit. Fourth, secure any outdoor furniture, trampolines, anything that can become a projectile in 75-mile-per-hour winds. Now I need your help. Drop a comment right now with the city and state where you are located. I will be updating forecasts and responding with specific timing for your area. The more specific you are, the better I can help you prepare. This is going to be one of the most active, severe weather stretches we have seen this early in the season. Multiple rounds, multiple days, hundreds of cities in the path. But here is the thing. When you know what is coming and when it is coming, you have the power to protect yourself and your family. And one more thing before you go. That Arctic pattern shift I mentioned is only part of a much bigger story developing for the second half of March. In my next video, I am going to break down exactly what the models are showing for this potential late-season winter blast, which cities could see snow, how cold it could get, and whether this could actually delay the start of severe weather season or set us up for an even more explosive April. You do not want to miss that one. Stay safe out there. I will see you in the next